Howdy, folks. We're live.
Hey, everybody. Happy Wednesday. We have Daniel, owner and art creator of Popfly Pop Shop. Say hello, Daniel.
Hey, everyone.
And I am going to try to quench my fanboyness right now because we have live Wally Joyner. How you doing, Wally Joyner?
Evan, pleasure to be with you. And you also, Daniel.
Thank you.
Maybe you're a Wally Joyner fan and you're not sure what Popfly Pop Shop is. Let me introduce it real quick. Every week, Popfly Pop Shop does one baseball drawing. It is a comic book style art, and this ridiculous one is this week's. It is Wally World with Wally Joyner front and center. It is only available until this Sunday, and it is retired forever. There is an autograph option, and so just go to popflypopshop.com and you can reserve your copy. If you have a question for Wally Joyner, go ahead and submit that question right now. And if Daniel gets to it, you will get a giveaway from Popfly Pop Shop. Wally Joyner, before we dig into this copy in your career, did you read comics when you were a kid? Any connection there?
A little, not very many. I think Mad Magazine, is that considered a comic book? I don't know.
This has sort of a Mad Magazine feel to it a little
bit.
Right.
Right. It reminded me of that. Only better, right, Daniel?
Awesome. So when you see this cover and you know somebody wants to depict you, like this is, I'm assuming, not what you're expecting. What's your reaction when you see this?
No, I love it. I was introduced to Daniel through a mutual friend, and I've enjoyed my relationship with Daniel. I think he's done a great job in capturing the world of Wally World, and it was a fantastic ride. The experience playing for the Angels early on in my career, starting out right down the street from Disneyland, and the movie Wally World came out. So leave it to the fans in right field. I came home from a 2-week road trip from New York and Detroit, and in my first at bat, there was a lot of noise going on in right field, enough for the umpire to call timeout. And I'm like looking around, what's going on? And all of a sudden, there's this big banner unfurled out in right field saying, "Detroit Tigers, welcome to Wally World." So,
wow,
that's how it started, and it was fantastic.
So, Daniel, share your inspiration on these 800 characters that you have put on this cover.
Well, the world in general here, like there's Wally World in the movie was inspired by Disneyland. They made their own version of Disneyland. So I think basing it off the movie would be, I think, the kind of first obvious choice. But I decided why base it on the inspiration of the inspiration? Well, let's go back to Disney World or Disneyland, and so that's sort of what I wanted to do here was create. What would Wally World look like? Apart from the movie, having Wally there with his cast of characters, I sort of imagine this as maybe a Saturday morning cartoon lineup, maybe of Wally World, or maybe he's like a Walt Disney type character, and these are all the characters from all the different movies. But really diving into like specifically Wally World, not really basing it on the movie. Certainly taking a cue there, yes, but just kind of fleshing out our own little world here.
I'm definitely getting box of cereal vibes.
Yeah.
Now, Wally Joyner, Daniel and I both grew up in Southern California, and we're still here. Fernando Mania was like ridiculous, but that was in the earlier part of the 80s. And by 86, it started to wane and lose a little bit of steam and like entered Wally World, and it just took over. And people who weren't here at the time, like I'm telling you, this was bigger than Fernando Mania in 86, 87, 88. Do you have maybe one or two memories reflecting back besides, as you told, with the banner?
Well, Evan, I have to disagree with you. Fernando Mania was epic, and to even be considered equal to that, Fernando Valenzuela, who I played against, and then we were teammates in San Diego.
Oh yeah,
that was a ride for sure, with Fernando pitching every fifth day, and things just I think time stood still when he pitched in LA. So Wally World, a close second maybe. But yeah, it was incredible. I couldn't believe it. It caught on quickly. I was an unknown coming into the world of Major League Baseball, and I had a great start. I had a lot of great teammates that helped me with my beginning, with my career, with my rookie year, and it just was. It was unexplainable. It caught fire and took on its own life, I guess. And people loved it. I appreciated it, and it was truly a lot of fun while it lasted. But as you know, Wally World's closed, and a long time ago.
I appreciate Fernando is actually my favorite player, but Wally World, along with the narrative of Tommy burning out his arm and the Angels giving Fernando another chance, that's how I became an Angels fan.
Right.
And I got this one of the opening days of the league.
Yeah, there you go.
Let's talk about that first half of your season of your rookie year. You hit 313, 20 home runs, and a 361 on base percentage. The first rookie ever to be voted in the All-Star game. Looking back, was that amazing, or did you just set the bar impossibly high? Right.
No, it was truly amazing. I can remember all of that like it was yesterday. Having the opportunity to be part of the American League All-Star team, going into Houston Astros, visiting locker room. And, I grew up in Georgia. I was a huge baseball fan, obviously. And to look around and see those that I grew up idolizing, the George Bretts, the Reggie Jacksons, who obviously was a teammate of mine in '86 also, I just couldn't believe it. And, it was an incredible first half of my rookie year, it took off from there. I was lucky enough to play many years after that, but I think that was the foundation that allowed me to have that opportunity.
I don't know if you follow sabermetrics at all, but are you aware that WAR says you had a better year than Canseco?
Well, I don't need sabermetrics to tell me that.
Oh, let's go. All right.
No, it was, I came in second in the Rookie of the Year voting. There was a limited amount of people that were voting, and, that's what that group of people decided. Our team went to the playoffs. I started in the All-Star game. I think that Jose Canseco was a great Major League Baseball player. He did a lot of things that were unhuman, and I think people gravitated to that. Obviously he had more home runs than I did, but you can argue whether that's important or not, or whatever is important. So for me, I had a great rookie season. The Angels went to the playoffs. Unfortunately, we lost to the Red Sox and didn't make it to the World Series, but it was a fantastic year.
Yeah, you bring up that playoff, and you were hitting 455 before you got injured. I'm sure it was hard watching those last couple of games. Was there did you fight to play, or did you know there's no way I can go?
Well, if you look at my rookie season, right after the All-Star game, my numbers went down. My power went down. What we the Angels were unaware of was that I contracted staph infection in my leg up in Seattle midway through the season. Right after the All-Star game, I fouled a couple of balls off of my shin. It broke the skin. I went to the hospital to have x-rays, and we all believe that that's where staph seeped in. And for the second half of the season, I was always complaining about being tired. I was actually very tired. And we just grouped it into, well, you're a rookie. You've never played that many games. Suck it up, right? So In the playoffs, there was a play at home plate where I eluded a tag from Rich Gedman. And on that play, I actually broke a hematoma in my shin that was filled with staph infection, right? So overnight, I contracted flu-like symptoms. I had red streaks going up my leg, and the next morning I was immediately admitted into the hospital, and it was a very serious situation that we had to take care of.
Wow. We are here live with Wally Joyner. I appreciate you sharing a vulnerable story there. And Daniel Horine. Go to popflypopshop.com and you can get this print only until Sunday. Autograph option. Daniel, you talked it through with me earlier. I love your influence of Gene Autry here as the baseball. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Sure. I tried to include some, allusions to Wally's time in California, where we had Wally World, and so certainly there's Gene Autry, the singing cowboy down there as the baseball there singing a tune. I think he missed seeing the Angels go to the World Series by 4 years or so. Beloved Gene Autry. There's several other kind of California type characters in here. There's a palm tree just behind Wally's right shoulder there. There's a hot dog, an orange, which is kind of synonymous with the Orange County.
Hey, the rally monkey.
And the rally monkey. Don't forget the rally monkey down there, and a bat. So a couple little California specific things in this little world that we've made here.
Yeah, and all of you who think you're so quick and smart to fact check, 2000 was the year of the Rally Monkey, which Wally Joyner had his second stint with the Angels. Correct, Wally Joyner?
That is correct. The Rally Monkey arrived, and I came back in 2001, actually.
2001.
And was on the team for half the season, and they needed to improve the team so they could win it all in 2002. So I jumped on my Gene Autry horse and rode off into the sunset.
Well, we are here again live with Wally Joyner and Daniel Horine. Go to popflypopshop.com, get your Wally print, get the autograph option, send in a fan question if you want. You were on 4 teams and went to the playoffs with 3 of those 4 teams. That's got to be a nice memory where for each of those franchises you had some playoff experience.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. A lot of players play the game and they never get a chance to go to the playoffs. Like you said, I went to the playoffs with the California Angels, who no longer are in existence. I went to the playoffs with the San Diego Padres in 1996. We got beat by the St. Louis Cardinals. And then in 1998, we went to the World Series where we ran into a very good Yankee team. And we unfortunately didn't make and didn't win the World Series. But it was such a great year. It's probably my favorite year, obviously. The hard work and everything that goes into playing the game, and then the reward of making it all the way and representing the National League. It was just an incredible year, and a lot of great friends from that team still. And then in 2000, I went and played for my home team, Atlanta Braves, and we went to the playoffs that year also.
And as a Royal, you made it to the big screen in Little Big League.
I did. So, yeah, that was a lot of fun. I love Kansas City. Like I mentioned earlier, George Brett was one of my idols growing up, and to be able to play with George was truly a dream come true. He was. I always respected him, not knowing him, and I absolutely respect him more by having a chance to play with him, seeing what he did every day. One of the best Hall of Famers I ever played with.
Awesome. I have time for about 2 more questions, so I need to get in it. If you could show the cover again, Daniel. Sure. What jumped out to me was this. One of my favorite baseball cards ever is your 87 Topps, and you can see in that bottom corner of the trophy. Daniel, why did you choose to include that?
Man, so as I describe it, 87 was the year that the lights turned on for me for baseball. All of it clicked, and it's like, I love this game. I need to play it. I need to learn everything about it, and I need to collect everything around it. And right around that time, there's Wally World, and when I'm starting to collect, and This card right here, this card right here is if I had a Mount Rushmore of baseball cards, this one would be on there.
I agree.
I don't know how to explain it, but just this card, everything about it, the cup there, that it makes my atoms vibrate just because I associate it so much with just falling in love with baseball and collecting in the hobby. And this card is so meaningful to me. And I absolutely could not do the print without having included some sort of nod to this wonderful card.
Have you heard this from other fans, or are we alone on this, Wally Joyner?
No, that's a very popular card. Very popular collectible card. During my first few years with the Angels, I helped start a baseball card company called Upper Deck. I don't know if you're familiar with that. I'm actually being a little facetious, right? But yes, I was on one of the 2 promo cards that they started, and those are fun collectibles also. But this art piece that we're talking about, it's growing on me. I think it's going to be up there. One of my favorites also.
Ooh.
Awesome. And speaking of collectibles, these were notoriously bad. I think yours is one of the best ones. I think that's your swing, yeah? Is that your
Notoriously bad, right? What do you mean? You couldn't depict who that player should be, right?
Well, I think they have like a King Griffey one where he's bunting,
Oh yeah. The Major League Baseball logo, King Griffey Jr., and they had him bunting.
Yeah.
So.
Well, let's get to a fan question. I don't want to hog all of Wally to myself. Well, actually, I do. But Daniel, is there a fan question that stands out to you?
There's a lot of great ones here, and you know what? I don't want to put you on the spot, Wally, but I'm going to put you on the spot. So Richard Kotkin asks, if you could choose to be a colorful character within Wally World other than himself, who would you want to be? So I'll put this up on the screen. Is there any of these characters that if you weren't there, which one resonates with you?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe the dragon on my left shoulder, right?
I like it.
I like that guy quite a bit.
Cool. Thanks, Rich. Send me a message afterwards, and I'll get you a free pop fly. There's a couple other questions too. If we have time for one or two more, Wally.
Oh,
okay. Great.
I'm here for you guys.
Oh, thank you. So Michael asks, pre-DH, first base seemed to be where the least defensive-minded players would be put. What was it like to be an incredible defensive first baseman?
Well, Michael, that's a great question, and I agree with you. Prior to like the mid '80s, it seemed like first base were where outfielders who couldn't run anymore went and died, right? And what I think a lot of teams realized was even though that guy could still hit and drive in runs, he was letting in that many without being a very good first baseman. So what we have found out is first base is a very important defensive position. If you can shorten the innings by catching a bad throw or digging a ball out of the dirt and being an above average first baseman, that allows you to get off the field. You have more time to hit, and usually that pays off into some winning games. So, there was quite a few great first basemen that came up during that time. Mark Grace, Mark McGuire, who came up a little bit after, I think a year after that. Rafael Palmeiro won a lot of Gold Gloves. So I think the word got out, and I was pleased to be a part of that group that kind of changed the game.
Awesome. Thanks for that. And the Pop Fly project I've been doing over 70 of these so far. So I could use some help here. Ted is asking, is there any other player from your playing days or today that you would like to see in a future Pop Fly print, Wally Joyner?
Well, I'm not sure how many you've done. You mentioned Dale Murphy, who I told you I grew up in Georgia, and by far my number one player that I wanted to emulate. He was just a tremendous player, obviously, but a great human off the field. So I know you've done a couple of his great choices. George Brett, I've mentioned. I don't know if you've done a George Brett. Other Hall of Famers and other great players. A Trevor Hoffman. Am I going down the list? Have you done a Trevor Hoffman?
I think Evan had a question. Actually, maybe that's a good segue for your question, Evan.
Well, I was going to ask, who should I put you next to? We have a Hoffman, Reggie, and George Brett. Who do I put you next to on my wall?
Well, you choose any of those. I would love to be next to. So, wow, that's a pretty good wall, Evan. So, Trevor, they're all great friends of mine. Trevor still lives in San Diego. I would imagine that he's probably my closest friend that I played with the last, right? So, Trevor's great. It's Trevor time, baby. Right.
Well, Wally Joyner, you are a hero of mine, and I'm so glad Daniel depicted you, because that means I get to talk to you. The Angels during that time were known for getting amazing players on the back end of their career, guys like Jackson and Carew, and you were the first Angel national brand player that was ours. And so until Mike Trout took that mantle, you were Mr. Angel for me. Thank you for the time. Thank you for being willing to sign these. Daniel, thanks for doing this project. Any last word for your fans, Wally Joyner?
No, thank you guys. Appreciate the time.
Wally Joyner. Wally,
great memories. Thank you.
Thank you.
Woo! Oh, man.
That was your first little figure, their starting lineup figure, wasn't it?
This was my first one ever, and I think I got Fernando not too long after.
Mm-hmm.
But again, he was gracious to deflect towards Fernando, but I'm telling you, as a SoCal kid, by 86, they're neck and neck.
Mm-hmm.
Fernando took over the world in 84, 82, 83.
Mm-hmm.
86? Well, he got voted in the All-Star game as a rookie, first time ever.
Yeah, like I said, when my baseball lights turned on, that's who was right in front of me, was Wally Joyner.
Yes. It's funny because later I always thought the connection was Wayne's World, and it wasn't until a little bit later than that I realized I didn't know what Wally World was when I was 7. So anyway, let's show the print again, please. It is available only until this Sunday, and like I said, there is an autograph option. Now, some of these characters you created for this issue, but there's also some Popfly Universe people. I see the imp who wrote the F on the Billy Ripken bat, right?
Yeah. Sorry.
Is he trying to get Wally here? What's he doing?
Oh no. He's good. He's good with Wally. Don't you worry about that.
Was Wally in on the trick on Billy Ripken?
That I'm gonna leave that. That's Wally's story to tell.
Oh man, I missed that question. Now immediately on the Facebook page, fans instantly are like top 5, top 3 cover. Why do you think it's resonated so quickly?
I don't know. I think you hit the nail on the head with the Saturday morning box of cereal cartoon thing. I think the pop flies that make us feel a certain way, that kind of trigger that sense of nostalgia. I think all the stars align for this one. Just the player, him being able to take a risk like this and do a print like this, and just all the colors. Even for me doing it, I feel like it was fun for me to do. That was a lot of work there, but I had fun. I had fun the whole time, and it was a blast. Just being able to make up my own little world there that would become Wally World, and it was resonating with me as I was doing it. So I had a feeling, okay, if this is making me feel this way, hopefully it will make others feel this way as well.
It is. So definitely this is one that you all don't want to miss out on. It is retired forever on Sunday. And there's an Angel message board that I hang out at as a fan. and some of them have just discovered Popfly, and they're like, hey, what's up with this website? Everything is sold out except for Wally. I want to buy the Reggie Jackson one. I want to buy the Rod Carew one. And as they learn the rhythm of Popfly, it's you only got one shot. You got 1 week, and then it is retired forever, despite the eggs thrown at your house to change it.
Yeah, it feels like so much of Popfly is just me disappointing people week after week.
Well, I mean, it's not. If you think about a comic book, you've got the 1 month to buy the comic book.
It's true.
And then after that, it's retired. You got to buy the second hand. So
it's true. Yeah, and we've done our best. We've done our best to let everyone know that it's out there, and I think that's the hard part. Just for my wife and I, we would love to, for that Rod Carew fan, like, oh, I just discovered you yesterday. I've got to have this. I wish that we could. Like, oh, here's another one. Here's the one, but we can't. We don't. We never have. But yeah, I want everyone to know, just at least know that it's there, and so that you can, be part of it and have that favorite player on your wall.
Absolutely. We talked about the 87 Topps card with Wally, which was really fun hearing him interact with it.
Mm-hmm.
What other cards stand out to you from that era?
From that era, I would say for sure the Bo Jackson score card with his pads and his yeah.
So that is. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Bo Jackson score.
Yes.
And you do this, and everyone knows what you're talking about. Todd Van Poppel, Upper Deck, the Kevin Moss, Leaf. What else is out there? Cal Ripken. Cal Ripken rookie. The Mark McGuire, and the Will Clark USA Olympic
USA
cards.
Mark McGuire card. Yeah.
I just remember as a kid just pining over those cards. Like, oh, one day I'm going to have enough for those. But yeah. So, yeah. Curious how those Todd Van Poppel and Kevin Moss cards are doing.
I think they're affordable. Yeah. Maybe if you're watching, throw in some of your favorite cards.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, everyone's going to say the Griffey one, but
yeah. Oh, of course. The Griffey was just on another level too. Because you and I were 10 or 11 at that time when it came out, and it was like all the cards that we had seen at that point. I forgot the Nolan Ryan Upper Deck card when he's throwing the football. I remember that's 89 or 90. Love that one. But we were used to those glossy with the dark cardboard back cards, and Upper Deck comes along. It's got a hologram.
Yeah.
A nice bright white paper. So just the product itself is just designed incredibly.
It felt cool and fresh. Yeah, oh, my dad buys Topps. I buy Upper Deck now.
Yeah, and you have Ken Griffey Jr., who that was a big risk. It was card number 1, so you don't know. That was a big risk to make that card number 1. It's not some late number rookie. They took a big risk, and it totally paid off. And it's an amazing card, totally iconic. A couple other comments here. 85 Kirby Puckett rookie.
Okay.
Oh, here's one. I resonate with this one. Rich says the Nolan Ryan Stadium Club tuxedo card. Yep.
Yeah.
I still have that one today. I have my 97% of my card collection is no longer with me, but I still have that Stadium Club tuxedo one. And we got 57 Aaron reverse lefty. Good stuff. I
don't remember the exact year. Maybe it was about 89 Topps, but the Nolan Ryan, where it had like the 5,000 number in the background everywhere for the strikeouts.
Yeah, it feels like that was it an art piece or an actual photo?
They actually had a card. Somebody can find it, I'm sure. But that one stands out. The 87 Topps McGuire, where he almost looked like a mannequin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Good stuff. Yeah.
Now don't forget the Stan Musial puzzle in the 88 Donruss.
Yeah, but man, that 87 Topps Wally Joyner, which is weird because it's other than Todd Van Poppel, it's not the value that many of these other cards probably have. But so iconic to me. I just remember it so well.
Yeah, it's funny too, and you and I talked about this before, but like that pose, that like some players are just known for like a specific moment that they're captured for, and like Dale Murphy, for instance, like the end of his long loopy swing, you've got him often captured like that. And you've got Will Clark in mid swing, Ken Griffey Jr. also mid swing, but so much of the iconic Wally Joyner photos are exactly this picture of optimism and energy. He's just hit the ball to left field or whatever, and he's just dropping the bat, running the first, and I love it. And it was the inspiration for the starting lineup, even as well. It was just that same pose right there. I don't know if that figure did quite as well as 87 Tops did, but I tried.
Go look at any other starting lineup, and there's some, they don't even look like the guys, or like it's a pitcher he's not even throwing overhand. Or you got like Tony Gwynn sliding, or and I'm telling you, this holds up so well.
Yeah, I wonder how many they can't be using the same sculpts. I mean, they can't be using different sculpts for each player. I can't imagine. They've got to be reusing pieces and parts of each player.
I mean, like the Fernando one, they're not, he's not looking up. It's like This was one of the only ones that was so true to the player.
I will say though that the Dale Murphy one, the '89 Dale Murphy one, that was true to Dale Murphy. Is that an '89 starting lineup?
88.
Or
from the bottom.
Or 88, that's what I meant. 88. So it feels like that first year, the Dale Murphy one from that inaugural year was also really good. So, but yeah.
Well, let's look at your print again.
Sure.
It is Wally World. It is available until Sunday. PopFlyPopShop.com. Get that autograph option. I also see the green monster there lurking in the background. Oh man, this one just pops. Everyone is correct.
Cool.
So since we last talked, football has happened.
Yes, we have. I hope you're ready for some football, because we certainly had some.
Which anyone who took my advice for my bet lost, by the way.
I forget. What was your advice?
I said take the Rams backup running back, Sony Michel, and it was 10 yards or more, and I think he ended up getting 3. So
Gotcha.
You lost your house. Don't listen to a baseball guy on a football. That's your fault, not mine. So yeah, let's talk about football. So
sure.
How's the reaction? How's the interaction and the reception going?
It's been going really well. I even to the moment that we pushed the button to go live, I was talking to my wife. I was like, how do you think this is going to do? I just don't know. And it's doing really well. It's been a great response. It's been embraced for sure, and I'm super grateful to that. And also for this one, I think it was important to set the tone too of what Popfly is like, because these are the sort of stories that I'm going to tell, and the way that I'm going to depict the characters. It's not going to be your classic, quarterback.
Yeah.
Looking down the field. You might have moments of those, but I wouldn't say that that's the character of Popfly for sure. So it was a risky print to begin with, to start off with, but I felt it was important to set the tone and the expectations of kind of what Popfly is as just a general project, and so it was maybe really pleased to see how it was taken to. So it's super happy.
And if you slept on it, this was a 2-week drop, correct?
Correct.
So it is also available only until this Sunday.
Also, it's the 27th.
27th.
Yes.
What day is that?
So it's a Sunday after next Sunday.
Okay, so you have a little bit of time, but don't sleep on it. I said it last time. If you kicked yourself, I should have bought this Popfly and I didn't. This is your chance to get season 1 issue 1 for football. So go to popflypopshop.com. Just get them both before you forget. Get the Pope and get the Wally Joyner. And maybe another reflection on Wally Joyner.
Sure.
Like if that first year and a half didn't happen, like I wonder how the reflection on his career would be. It would be he was a top 20% great defensive first baseman who hit with a high average and, 15 to 20 home runs, sort of a really important piece of any championship team. Not the piece, but a really important piece. But almost, man, he just started off so crazy where he hit 20 home runs the first half. It wasn't sustainable. And I wonder if that just made an unrealistic expectation from people going forward.
Yeah, and anything compared to that first year is going to be, it's not this first year,
Right.
But meanwhile, it's a fantastic year, one that any player should be proud of. But it's not that first year. It's how people look at it. It's taking a step back. You're totally right.
Yeah, not a perennially like 35 home run guy, but again, great defense, good character guy, no problems in the clubhouse, hits 280 to 300. 15 to 20 home runs, high on base percentage. And I mean, look, he went to the playoffs on, the Padres and the Braves along with the Angels. So definitely he's in that, what fans have called the Hall of Great. Like not a Hall of Fame player. We're not going to say he is, but definitely a Hall of Great that any team from 86 to 99, 2000 would have loved to have on their team.
Totally. I know you and I talked about this before, but it reminds me of Orson Welles. It's Orson Welles as a 20-something. He makes Citizen Kane, and he made a whole career of amazing movies, but it's not Citizen Kane.
Yeah.
And so people look at that as like it's as if it's a bad thing. No, he had an amazing career as a director, and the same thing with Wally Joyner. It was, he had a Citizen Kane, sure, but he had an amazing career to the end.
That's a good way to say it. So if you take Wally Joyner, if you compare him around the league to other first basemen, he's top 20%. But if you compare him to 86, 87 Wally Joyner, you're like, but
yeah.
What a shame if that's you can't get over. He's just had an amazing first year and a half of his career that's unparalleled, which is why he got voted in as a rookie. That's insane.
Yeah.
Well, Daniel, I again appreciate this one because I got to talk to Wally Joyner. And so if I could just tell you all my favorite players so I get to talk to them, that'd be fantastic. Do you have any last words on football or this print or anything else, Pop Fly universe?
Nothing much. I think baseball has been a very organic experience, and what it is today is a lot different than it was a year ago today. So who knows what's coming up next? We have a lot of plans, but things zig when we're expecting a zag, and I'm just holding on for the ride and really enjoying it. I think with football, I think we can expect a lot of similar stuff that we've seen of baseball so far. Working with the players as often as possible, autograph opportunities, chats with them like we're doing here. So all that stuff is in the works, and if you're a football fan, I hope you enjoy following along. Even if you're not a football fan, I hope you enjoy following along. I think that's what's been so appealing to me is I know we mentioned this last time we talked, Evan, but you take out the specifics of the sport, there's still amazing stories, amazing characters, good guys, bad guys, villains, underdogs, and so on. So there's just a rich story here, and I wish I could do all sports and just do this every minute and discover those stories and those characters. But we're starting with football. We'll get there. But I hope you enjoy the journey with me as I do it, because it's a lot of fun, and it's a lot of fun, and these stories, these people, they're incredible.
Well, again, I say it all the time, but like a week ago, none of us are talking about Wally Joyner. Let's be honest. But in this week, it's like he's front and center, and so I love that you do that. By the way, how did the Twitter blitz from your fans on Bo Jackson go? Did we get any traction yet?
I haven't heard from Bo, but Bo.
All right, come on, pick it up. Let's go.
Take to Twitter and tag Bo Jackson and say that you're ready for a pop fly. And you've got 2 choices if you want to win a football pop fly or a baseball pop fly. Hopefully both.
Pop Fly Army, I send you and commission you. Track down Bo, connect him and Daniel. We need it. Get it going. Get the grassroots movement going. By the way, do you read all those comments when people like, hey, you should do this player, do this player? Do you actually read all those?
Oh, yeah. I say commissions are closed, but suggestions are always open.
All right.
I absolutely love it. And it's, some ideas I've taken directly from the comments and suggestions. I think the yips was one.
Oh, wow.
Someone mentioned maybe not the yips, but a player that was kind of known for the yips, and it had got me thinking in another direction. But for sure, ideas definitely come from all of us. So my ears are open.
Well, let me speak to all of us. We all have some tasks to do. Go to popflypopshop.com, get the Pope, get Wally's World. Find Bo at Instagram, Twitter, some pizza shop, wherever. Find Bo, connect him with Popfly, and send Daniel some wish lists on players that you would like him to depict. Thank you so much, Daniel, for all that you do, and I hope to see all of you real soon.
Thank you, Evan. Thank you all, and we'll be seeing you soon with more Pop Flies, more players.
See ya.
See ya. Bye.